But
see.
Castro was doing a fantastic job closing down him and Nukovic. I think they were doing what they had to do.
Right. So do you think this maybe came too early?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So there we go. 30 minutes, just over 30 minutes of the game to go, and Coach Garoa thinks the introduction
For me,
of Kama Billiards is too early.
for me, I feel this is a game of billiards. I feel there's something special about this billiard, which I feel, he's a very skillful player. He got, big match temperament. He can play. You allow him, because you can give him that space in terms of his form and off the field, things that happen to him. But in this derby, I think it's a time for him to redeem himself.
All right.
Yeah, but physically, the game sometimes becomes very physical.
Exactly.
And I don't see him.
And Kama disappears.
Mm.
Because a derby,
Exactly.
tackles will fly in.
Yeah.
But I mean, as the players from Orlando Pirates, let's know what you know what to do now. It's just get in there, let him feel your presence.
Exactly.
At the
And
same
then
time,
you're
you
gonna
want
curtail him.
to get him tackle. If he can get around the
Around the
box,
box,
Yeah.
it's
I guess.
advantage for you,
Right.
for your team. too.
Right.
But you know who I would have wanted for him, the coach to put in was what's his name?
Is it
James
Zuma or
Zuma.
Oh,
Zuma.
Zuma.
Yeah.
Rather.
He's quick.
Yes.
You can find a goal
Fearless.
from anywhere.
Yeah. But
Kama scoring goals lately, it
Coach,
hasn't been easy.
but coach, as you said, earlier with Kune and Akpei, so if you check Kama and Zuma, you go for Kama because he has been. he's a top player.
Yeah, he's a top player. He's your highest earner. He's your,
so he has to produce. You just tell him to go and do his things. Give him that confidence.
Greg, all of a sudden, Kama has become, ice cream players.
Yeah.
Ice cream players. That's what has become of Kama.
But
Instead of a really necessity.
Yeah.
You cannot have ice cream. It's
he's
fine.
a nice
You're
to
not
have,
gonna die.
Yes.
yeah.
You see,
Luxury player, coach.
Exactly.
Luxury
So I don't know,
but putting Zuma in this, I think Zuma's such
works
a good
hard.
player. He
Yeah,
works hard.
he's fearless.
But
He
in
doesn't-
terms of
he'll
in terms
try
of this
again.
game, in terms of the magnitude of this game in the derby,
I think maybe the coach saw that Orlando Pirates are concentrating more on attacking. Maybe
yeah. So now you need
Kama
something.
will now get into those little holes which they're leaving behind the spaces, and it will be effective.
I see just a lot of rust.
Yeah.
Around the Pirates side. There's a lot of
You said
cobwebs.
You said it. They haven't played for a long
They haven't
time.
played for long, and it's showing. I wonder what kind of preparation they would have done, coach, in terms of getting a good enough test as a friendly before you come into this. It's very hard to recreate that.
I also think they were too hyped up for this game. They were too hyped up for the because anyone would say Orlando Pirates will win this game.
Yeah.
Anyone would have said that.
But there we go, 6 wins on the trot for Coach Joseph Zinnbauer, and he stands 30 minutes away from being undone by a fellow German, and a man who I guess can say that, listen, man, I've been here before. I've played this game. I know that what you're doing now, Zinnbauer, is going through all the emotions and the stress. I'm past that because I've done it already.
Yeah.
And this is one he'll have to just choke up to the game, I guess, Zinnbauer.
Where he's coming from. Coach Hamburg before, he has, German league is one of the best league in the world, and he has coached a lot of teams. I just feel like, he has that, for what he has done so far, coming to this derby, you give him credit because he have changed mentality.
No, for sure.
And the good thing about Pirate this time, I just feel the unity too, we mustn't take that away from them. The unity is there,
what was very interesting to me? I spoke to Jerry Skosana yesterday, and it was like, I was trying to ask him what he saw as the difference between Rulani and JZ. And he was, he said, listen, man, sometimes as black players, you'll have a guy come in where you see one who's like you, that relation and that communication might be a bit more toned down because you see him as an equal. But now you have this authoritarian man you don't know who's coming to do a job. You aren't friendly with him, so everything is from a professional perspective as me as a player and he's my coach. And he sees that maybe that's what's happened here, is that the players have now said, as opposed to our friend Rulani, here's our coach JZ.
And also, I think the danger with Rulani, you see, when you tell a player, listen, give me the ball, I'll show you.
This Kama there.
What a good recovery there in defense from London Pirates.
Is that Kama there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
try to pass.
I mean, the decision. Why can't you take a shot?
Absolutely.
Look at that.
It's a player low on confidence,
And
coach.
look at that player which I'm talking about. What's his name?
Zuma.
Zuma. You take a shot. You will pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wouldn't pass.
Why pass
It's a
from there?
confidence. It's a confidence thing, coach.
Why pass from there?
They said that, with Kama history, there's always say that, when things are not going well, he tend to create for other players, tend to pass. When it's decision making at that moment, the final third, where he's supposed to shoot, he want to pass, and most of when he was at Sundowns, I say most of the guys that play with him, they benefit a lot, in terms of the likes of...
because he wouldn't take the opportunity. He'd pass it on to someone else.
Yeah, but
I'll tell you a story about Kama. When he was at his peak, I mentioned it to some of my guys in Europe. They watched him play, and they said to me, "Not for Europe." So I said, "Okay, why?" They said, "If Kama he goes down 90 times in a game." And when he goes down, you think he's not going to come back.
Right.
So already he's a destructive to the team.
Right, for the momentum.
So they said, no, we don't need players like that. And I told him, I said, come on, you need not to just go down.
Stay on your feet.
Yeah,
there we go. As we see now, maybe a counter-attacking opportunity. Kama Billiat looking... Maybe just holding on to the ball for a little too long there, And this is the thing: as a player coming on, you have to catch up to the pace of everybody else around you.
Yeah,
but this is one of the missions that he's been given by his coach. He has to hold the ball and see the movement of his teammate up front, and he tried to do that. But sometimes, with Derby, but let's see how it unfolds. But now. Kaizer Chiefs may score a second goal.
Yeah, because you can see right now they're not playing the long balls. Again. They're trying to play through Kama now, which is good on his feet. Make them play, and with Manyama supporting him, at least they want to make some passes going forward now.
15 minutes has passed, so I think it looks like Kaizer Chiefs have done the job.
Corner count is sitting 6 for Pirates and 2 for Kaizer Chiefs. Chiefs scoring, exactly, from open play, proving that they do have alternatives in terms of building up. And there was Lebu Manyama, the man who's been on form for them. And we've touched on the fact that as far as options, Kaizer Chiefs seem to be a little bit more spoiled for choice as far as looking for goals in the team. Manyama, Castro, Nukovic, whereas Mango seems to be the focal point. And you run into a situation where if he doesn't play, the team doesn't play. So, once again, having all your goal scoring kind of tied to one individual, sometimes if he's not on song, it ends up being to the detriment of the entire team. Who do you think can come and I mean, we have options off the bench. We've spoken about Mabaso. Is it time now to look to him?
I think so. And I think we said before, where is Lodge? Pule is on and off, but Lodge is...
Memela as well?
Memela too.
You think to yourself has been quiet.
So I think that it will be Mabaso and
Mulenga.
Yeah, they can come on.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, well, can Jay-Z or will Jay-Z go for broke with a double substitution that just does need to light a bit of a fire under the likes of Orlando Pirates? We've spoken about where Chiefs are weak in terms of behind the fullbacks, and they've just not made the most of it. Or so far, we've said Matoho has found a way to nullify.
Yeah, definitely, because you have a two which centre back. You try to play long one, they just step one step backward, and try to head the balls on the floor, going for the right side. Most especially Corey Frostler's side, you always have a cover there. Matogo or Kaduso go cover for him. So so far they have dealt with every threat from Pirates. I just hope they can continue like this, and which Pirate will be hoping there's going to be a mistake. But don't forget, Pirates have 2 opportunities, which they just miscontrol the ball. Otherwise, it's going to be another shot on target. And you don't give that too much to Pirates, because they're always going to be dangerous in terms of transition.
Right.
Yeah. But since Lodge and Memela are not doing the job, so Cardozo and Mato will have the upper hand. They'll play very well.
So there we go. Not enough of a test. And as it's been alluded to, Kaizer Chiefs do also tend to score a majority of their goals later in the game. So it shows that, if anything, they're fit enough to do it. Yeah. And they're looking for the other team to lose that steam and then capitalize.
Absolutely.
Well, no substitutions yet on the side of Orlando Pirates. As we see here, just them trying to get the ball in. But Akpe being good, being big, being imperious, as Lebo Manyama looks to start the counter-attack here. Castro is off the pitch. It's Kamabiliat who's come in his place to try and unlock and look for that second goal. One would go a long way to just calming the goal and the game down, rather, as far as Kaizer Chiefs looking to treat this as another 3 points.
I think what they're doing right now is, 7 seats, 2 defensive midfielder for at the back. If you're attacking from the right side, the right back goes, the left back sits. Just try to be, to be sure of what they have in their hands now. I know it feels like Pirate not going to make a substitute now, but I just feel like there's not a lot of joy from Chiefs from the right side because Frostlight is not playing there. Moloka is not the guy that goes down the line always and whip the ball inside. So I think it's a disadvantage for Kaizer Chiefs. But so far, they're managing the situation very well. That's Kamabiliat.
That's Kamabiliat possibly getting in what was going to be a very important one. But the clash coming together there of Manyama and Nyawuza as Nyawuza
I think
comes across.
It was Katsande.
Oh, it was Katsande. I beg your pardon.
Yeah,
he was the one going for it. Full-blooded tackles from the two men, Nyawuza and Katsande, coming together. Billiards. Oh, there we go. It's not too bad. There's no There's no studs involved. It's more just a kick on the thigh.
It's him, Nyawuza, who went on very.
Nyawuza recovering quite well. He gets the clearance. There we go. But it's this that comes in after Katsande a bit late, but no studs. So Nyawuza should be able to just massage that one and carry on. Kaizer Chiefs fans out in their numbers, 20 minutes to go as 80,000 people wait to see if Kaizer Chiefs can hold on to this one. But that'll go a long way to kind of just allaying the fears. And if you are a squad that gets the Derby victory, I think you're well placed to say, listen, going forward, those games against Wits, those games against Sundowns, they don't look as insurmountable anymore.
Definitely. Where they're coming from, Kaizer Chiefs, where they're coming from in terms of the 2 games they played, the league and the cup game, and because there's nothing to play for except the league now. So they have to concentrate more in terms of what they do. Every minute we count. Every tackle they make we count, and every sweat they sweat on the pitch in this derby we definitely come to handy. That's a big chance.
Oh, what a big chance! Wow. What a big chance! What a big chance for Matoho. He was in the right place at the right time, right delivery, but just the worst header possible, being in that position. But a well-taken set piece here from Kaizer Chiefs, one that would have gone and, maybe brought out all the people saying this is the kind of football they play, but it would have been highly effective. He had
what I don't understand is that Orlando Pirates, the Orlando Pirates players were there, 5 of them against the 3, and Matawa managed to get the ball unchallenged.
In fact, you had almost those players from Pirates around them, and you had the Chiefs players in the center of the box.
Sometimes the delivery is very important, and the guy that delivered the ball, when you say postman to deliver, he give the right to the right house, and that's what Chiefs always does. I think. Marco is in now.
Instead, it's Marco who comes in.
Marco.
Marco comes in for Dube. So, not the striker we were expecting, but, another player to maybe just... what a big save. Two big saves from Akpe. Is that a penalty? Nope, it's still an opportunity. Another save for Akpe. Triple save. Triple save. Triple save. Akpe. Kune stands up and applauds him. But wow, what a passage of play there. We're speaking about dynamism. Marco comes in, turns on those fast feet with the rest of the fast players. Opportunity there for them to finish, but Orlando Pirates can't get it past Akpe. Makaringe cutting it back. And it was launched with the opportunity, not hard enough. No one can capitalize off that second ball as Mamela goes in looking for the rebound. And here we go. Another opportunity wasn't wasn't clear yet. Oh,
Yeah.
Makes another critical save where we could argue he was unsighted.
Yes, he was obstructed.
He was
but
obstructed,
he didn't-
Yes.
but he gets it done. He got
Yeah.
it done. No excuses in that instance as Akpe manages somehow to hold on to his clean sheet. That was remarkable.
I mean,
that's what I mean.
5 saves so far in the game. I mean,
That's the difference.
Yeah.
You win the league for Kaizer Chiefs. This kind of saves.
Yeah, absolutely.
You remember when Manchester United was winning leagues, the saves which Schmeichel was putting in.
Also,
And Van der Sar.
exactly.
Critical
Critical
saves.
saves.
It's a goal.
Yeah.
And even what's his name? The Spaniard?
okay,
the
the guy.
The guy.
Yeah.
Massive saves
For sure. Those are the saves that win you a league title.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there we go. Wow.
I mean,
no.
for you to put a person like Kune on the bench, I mean, you know, there's something the coach saw in you. At least training session, you have been doing
You
well.
don't put Kune on the bench because Kune was not doing very well. It is because he was injured.
Yeah, but you see, you take opportunities. Sometimes, if any coach, as coach say, if Kune recover from injury, you definitely bring him back
Yeah.
because you're your number one.
goalkeeper.
So, but for you to keep
you
him
to
there,
forget the number
so
one.
definitely, you definitely keep him there
Exactly.
because you
that's
know,
true.
I mean,
That's true.
you
Because
know,
in any squad,
yeah,
you gotta have your
you're number one.
Right.
So, even Kune is injured. Coming back, he's gonna go back to his position.
Yes.
That's definitely.
Yes,
but
that's
for you
definitely.
to say, sit there, I'm doing my job, but never take anything away from Kune. If Kune go there, the same time he can do the same job. You know,
That's
but
a
it's
little
just the
injured.
preference.
Yeah.
The preference for the coach now who to play, and he goes with Akpe. You know,
There we
that's
go. As
who
Agay
can
joins in, Agay comes in.
Agay.
As we see the replacement for
Anthony.
Willard Kitsande. There we go. Opportunity here from a set piece. Can Akpe, he seems to be back on his feet as Pirates try to play a good set piece here. Oh, almost. Almost a goal there. Wow, just on the outside there from Pule. He was well placed to kind of get it into that bottom corner, but Akpe, he beaten, but the goal was beaten as well. So at the end of the day, it's not going to be anything but a goal kick. But Pule is so close.
I think we need to give credit to Zimbabwe. You know, I mean, tactical change. You know, take out Dube. You know, playing at least three at the back with attacking winger in terms of the left side. Now they're having more upper hand, but at the same time they will be vulnerable at the
To a
back.
counter, yeah.
But it's good for you to attack more than not to give the other team opportunities. So I think we need to give Zimbabwe some credit there with because the attempt they have now 75 minutes they didn't have that for the whole
game. So in this last stretch, this 5-10 minute spell, they've created more chances than we've seen throughout the match.
Yeah, but that goal that Pule, was it Pule? Who missed the goal?
Yes, it was
Pule. But you could see that he was played on by the striker from Kaizer Chiefs. It was Nogovic. He didn't know how to defend. So they have to be very careful because they're leading. They can squander that lead.
This is a crucial time, 15 minutes to go, and when you're on top of your game, either thing can happen. It's either you concede or you equalize. So they are going for a broke now in terms of they're putting everything there. At the same time, they're going to be vulnerable at the back. But it's left for Kaizer Chiefs now to use their brain or to have that opportunity to make sure they kill off this game.
Yeah, because but they have to calm down.
Yeah, the more the game goes, as long as the game goes longer, you still have chance to equalize the game. But Kaizer Chiefs now, they need to play with intelligence. That's where you have the likes of Billiard and Nokovic up front there, Manyama to kill the game.
Talking about Billiard, still no impact.
Yeah, but it's really.
But I think when he came in, make a shot at goal, not on target.
Hang on a minute.
And the pass.
It's been 17 minutes.
He came in 55 minutes.
Yeah.
And now it's 75 minutes. I don't know.
For me, I mean, okay, you can give credit to the to Pirates midfielders in terms of the defense and midfield
keeping him quiet.
But
how?
I think
in
terms of marking
him tight,
they're
worried about going up front themselves.
He doesn't have anybody guard.
But the balls that comes to him, the ball that goes to him, he has passed, made some passes.
Craig, what I want to say is. The pass which he passed, he should have taken a shot. He is not confident enough to take a shot.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You can already tell from how thin it is, how Greg is giving him credit for just passing. That's how you can see that. Okay,
sometimes when your teammate is in a good position and you feel like you're not in a good position, you give him a pass.
Jeff,
absolutely.
I just think the weight of the pass wasn't great. I just feel like it's a good decision.
It was supposed to take that shot.
Yeah, as a striker, looking for goal.
But he used to do these things when he used to play for Sundowns.
But I think Manyama was in a good position in terms of empty net. Just finish. But the weight of the pass wasn't there.
Manyama had a defender.
So if a taken shot,
the keeper saved.
The keeper saved. Then Manyama will second chance. Then
exactly.
But he wanted to pass, and the pass was not as perfect.
So that it's not my responsibility at this point.
I'm saying?
True. That's the thing. You need players to take it by the scruff of the neck, the game. And Kama Billiat so far this season hasn't been that for Kaizer Chiefs.
Maybe this maybe he's been given this opportunity, but ended up to redeem himself. But he finds it very hard. But I don't think a game like a Derby would be his game.
But you have 12 minutes. You can't write him off yet. The game is still on. You never know. I have the feeling.
But you can see the way Orlando Pirates is pushing.
They're
not resting on their laurels. They're pushing. They try to. Most of the time they go on the right side to try to play off the ball, off the shoulder of the last defender.
So that's a free kick.
That's a free kick. Sure. This is very dangerous.
They must be careful with all those set pieces around the box there, because there's where Pirates can take advantage, because they have a lot of guys that can strike the ball. You have Mango there, you have Pule there, and Lodge. For last season when he won the player of the season, he has he take charge of everything. But this season, I just feel like it's a little bit restricted in terms of what he does.
To be change. Who's coming in?
Dlamini and Mabaso.
Mabaso.
So whoever one of our contributors here, Christopher Bongo, is busy saying the biggest Orlando Pirates mistake was to undermine Kaizer Chiefs. Will be the champ. How do you play with 3 centre-backs? They're having a run at the wings. So that's an observation that he's made there. As we finally see Mabaso come on and Dlamini. So going for broke?
Yeah.
So
nothing to lose?
Yeah.
15 minutes to go, 10 minutes now.
You sacrifice a midfielder now. You put on, they have probably like 5 strikers there.
Then there are 2 things here.
Yeah.
It's either Kaizer Chiefs will win 2-0 or Orlando Pirates will equalize.
And they can, if they equalize, they can still go for win, because there's still time, coach. 10 minutes. The Pirates, they score, when the dying minutes of the games, because they have that energy to attack more. But they're gonna be vulnerable in the midfield and the defense.
Yeah, but you could say that they don't consider themselves beaten. The way they're attacking, they're pushing, they're developing the game plan. Sometimes with now Pule, I can see in the second half now he's trying to do something. But Lodge is on and off most of the time. So it's probably I was thinking that Mulenga would have been a better option.
And I thought the first change, I think we discussed it. I said the first change would have been Mabaso for either Lodge or Pule.
True.
That's what I thought. But anyway.
Let's see. I mean, he is the man who's led them to all these wins. His toughest test to date, undoubtedly, being down. But Orlando Pirates do have about just under 10 minutes to rescue the situation. They've used up all their substitutes. On the side of Chiefs, they've made 2 substitutions so far, so they've still got one more.
One forced one.
One forced one, in terms of Katsande. But let's see, in terms of trying to find another goal, will they go for it, or will Ernst Middendorp use that last substitution to shore it up and shut up shop? Nukovic still looking to get onto the score sheet. He lost it, so it's now a while. He's sitting on 11 goals. The 15th of Feb against Maritzburg was his last goal. So he'll be looking also to just get back on the score sheet and get back to scoring ways. And that's the thing. The 2 strikers we're speaking about in Mango and Nukovic just not been at the races from a goal scoring perspective. The overall contribution, what would you say?
Not bad.
I will say
not bad. Especially Nukovic. I think it was more tactical in terms of closing down Orlando Pirates, not starting from the back, which I thought that's what they did well. And I guess maybe they should have continued another 20 minutes, and then maybe Kama should have come in 15, 20 minutes to go. But anyway, the coach had something on, but you could see, this is me, I thought Castro or Nukovic could have scored.
Yeah.
As the game progresses.
Yeah, but the way the playing, you see, the Medinyahuza and Matoho work very, very, very hard. That's why you had Manyama taking a shot from afar. So the job that they were doing were tiring the Paris defenders.
And taking out of position.
Yes, and on the other side, the runs of Mango are very good, but only when he takes a defender, he takes the defenders out. There's no one coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no one. There's no Manyama. Pirates don't have that
Jeff,
function.
You reckon maybe they should play with two?
Yes, like as the Chiefs does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the guys are in form in terms of their attacking side of Pirates.
Yeah, so
Just
you don't want to tinker too much.
You can't tinker too much because you have the top scorer in your possession, and who you're gonna play next to him. The other guys that make him tick, they are the one like Lodge, they're the one like Pule, Manyama, the one. That's and sometimes I think with this squad. Molenga haven't played under Zimbabwe. You haven't played much under him. You haven't got that opportunity. He came as a substitute in one of the games. That's the last time he played. You have Shongwe too. Which is very good players. Pirates, they're blessed with a lot of strikers. It's how to use them. But you see the other thing again, the ones that are in form, you need to continue with them, and they are doing very well. They're making Mango shine.
We can see that struggling.
Yeah, because the derby is one-off game in the derby, which you expect them to step up.
Yeah, but is this not then the blueprint though? If you're a team playing against the Pirates, you say, "Oh, okay, look what happened against Chiefs.
Yeah.
They literally forced Mango wide. There was no one else to take up the responsibility. That's how you beat Pirates."
Not every team can do that because the personnel you have in your team, not a player marking Mango.
That'll tell you what to do.
All those things there, because you have a big temperament player in Kaizer Chiefs, and it's a derby too. They're gonna mark him the way they want to mark him. You have the Mato, you have the Moloka, you have Cardoso. Now you're playing against other team. I don't want to mention names, but you saw Mango top scorer. You're already scared. You feel like
the psychological thing that's happening.
So it happens like that sometimes, and maybe sometimes it might be your day. Mango can drift to the left and. At the right side,
like his versatility, but he doesn't have people to help him.
I think Jeff is right. He moves. Sometimes.
Save again.
What another save there from Daniel Lekpe. I think the man of the match has been decided. I think the man of the match is literally writing his own check, writing his own award, and that's Daniel Lekpe. So far, he's been immense as far as his goalkeeping contribution is concerned. To the point where, the moments of Pirates players can be almost forgiven. Come the end of the 90 minutes, it's just like, it was just not our day. Just not our day.
Yeah.
I hope he didn't touch that one, because then at least it means that he can slow down play. But Daniel Lekpe has been the man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So far so good. You have overworked, in terms of day in the office. He has done so well, he has kept basically Chiefs in the game in every save he makes. You can make saves, but if you can make big save, that's most important.
It's very similar to the one Sandylands made, where he almost put the ball over the net. It was a game ago where he had like a very good save. Sandylands.
The one
I think against Black Leopards.
Black Leopards.
He pushed it almost over to the bar and put it over. It was almost like a volleyball kind of play. And you see something similar here from McPay.
Yeah, and in that game against Black Leopard, Sandylands actually is the one that won them that game. A lot of big saves he came out in the game with, and the same thing. Keepers, you can have your day and just feel this day.
There's a change again.
Another change. The last change he's made. Manyama is off. Let's who's he put on? We're not quite sure yet in terms of the personnel change. But gentlemen, you have an opportunity to predict Manyama off. Who do you think came on before we find out?
I think Parker.
You think Parker? There's Parker, there's Sassman, there's Zuma on the bench.
My money goes to Parker.
You think it's Parker? Let's see. We haven't found out. Let's see. We're going to find out shortly.
But I don't know about Pirates, because they've been attacking. If you can look in terms of ball possession, it is Pirates.
Because I think Parker is going to play for...
But this is a derby. The derby is not about Jogo Bonito.
Yeah.
It is about who gets the results.
It's about results,
who's hungry enough to get it. Maybe it is a maiden derby for Zimbabwe. He's not used to this kind of competition in South Africa.
It's I mean, you could argue that, I guess, with Zimbabwe, that when he came in, there was no expectation.
No.
He came into a club that was in disarray.
Yeah.
He's almost created the expectation, but fortunately for him, it's not a mandate from the beginning of the season. So he almost has that to say, hey, guys, we gave it our best, but next season we'll be better placed.
Yeah. But I mean, they're so close, they're so close. And Derby, a lot of supporters don't forget about Derby. No matter how it is, you're doing well or you're not doing well.
You're judged by the Derby.
Yeah, by the Derby. It's like in Egypt.
Yeah.
Especially when it's Zama, like if you don't beat Al-Ahly, you out.
No matter how good you are.
Yeah, how good you are.
Yeah, let's see in terms of that change, just to confirm it, the one that was made. Yep, Bernard Parker comes on. Experienced campaigner who will help Chiefs see this one through. They've got just about 90 seconds and some change. We're waiting for confirmation of the additional time, but they're in a good position in Pirates' box at the moment. Can they capitalize, or will there be a counter-attacking opportunity for Pirates? The game has kind of been brought to a standstill. Maluleka wearing the armband of the captain as Katsande got substituted. Can they hold on, Kaizer Chiefs? It'll be a big 3 points as far as the campaign is concerned.
Absolutely.
Just the right pick-me-up that they needed.
I mean, this is what they need, This is what they needed, after the 2 games they lost, and everyone's writing them up, off and, going to Derby.
I mean, I don't even count that, Highlands one. I know you'll say it's a win, but I mean, penalties are such a lottery that,
But the only one disappointing is because of Sundowns, what Sundowns is doing behind them. And everyone looked at, if you lose a lot of points when Sundowns is coming, definitely going to catch up with you. But losing against Maritzburg, no one expected that one, because you can lose against other teams like Vets, other team you can say, and it's in their hand. Kaizer Chiefs is in their hand, because you're going to play against Sundowns, you're going to play against Vets, so you have to compete, because that's your direct competition. So you need to either win or you draw. You leave them, you keep them there, or you beat them to increase the gap. So, I mean, and credit must go to Kaizer Chiefs defenders, Mato and Cardoso there. You can see what they're actually doing at the back there, trying to protect Akpe in terms of the high balls,
I mean, they have to go on and win it now. You've beat Pirates possibly for twice.
Where did it come from?
6 minutes of additional time. I know, that's a very good question.
With the Akpe,
substitutions, so it's possible.
And the Katande.
But Middendorp is wondering the same thing. Wondering where that 6 minutes comes from. Hey man, home ground advantage, hometown call.
I didn't expect it.
And with 6 minutes, it's big for Pirates,
It's very
because
big.
they have a lot of attacking players now. If you can see,
they can now go wave after wave after wave.
And I think what's happening now, I think this. If I'm not mistaken, I think Jali is up front there now.
They're leading. Why do they want to attack every time?
Instead of coming.
You have to calm down.
I know Orlando Pirates will definitely be the happier of the 2 teams. 5 minutes still
left.
And as they now go on the charge, can they find an all-important equalizer? One that won't be the ideal result for either team. Probably suits the likes of Bidvest Wits and Mamelodi Sundowns better if this one ends in a draw. But so far, Chiefs looking to see if they can maybe have one more counter.
And Maritzburg, never take out Maritzburg away there. Maritzburg
I don't know.
After the 6, they have some points there.
Mathematically, we're in it, but I don't know if Maritzburg are gonna.
But they play a lot of games, so ahead,
But at this point, if it stays like this, Chiefs have to go on to win it. You've beat Pirates twice. You have to beat Sundowns.
You have to play with Sundowns.
You still have Bidvest Wits to play twice. But those are those formative games that are going to decide where the title goes. But you'll feel good about your chances if you Kaizer Chiefs and you win this.
Definitely. And they're looking.
Feel good factor.
They're looking good. What's now instruction there?
Big performance from Daniel Akpe, as we see here. There's players on the ground. Let's see, once again, expending energy, a yellow card for Gabadinho Mango. The only thing he's gotten right so far today, 2 fouls for him.
He is very frustrated. Yes, I don't understand him, because he has given it all, but he wasn't helped. Because I still wonder why Lodge is still on the pitch. Could have been taken out. Because
Happy Jella earns himself a yellow card as well. Probably something he said to the coach. this doesn't help. It's getting yourself under the game mode. You're getting outside of game mode.
Yeah.
Now. You were locked in.
Yeah.
Now you have to start again.
Yeah, they have to start again. I mean, as a captain, you needed to go and defend.
End it quickly.
Yeah, defend and say let's carry on because you're wasting time there. Which Kaizer Chiefs will be happy about that, because momentum is going away there. But now I just think with this about 3 minutes to go, if I'm not mistaken, now Kaizer Chiefs needs to play percentage football, get a throw in there, hit the ball, try to play it cleverly because there's no way you come all the way now to because to draw this game now is like losing.
Absolutely. It would be a loss.
It's like 2 points lost.
Yeah. Given away. Yeah. Essentially, if you don't get this right.
Billiard is the shadow of himself.
I told you. I wouldn't have put him in. If I was a coach, I wouldn't have put him. It was a bloody West. I'm telling you.
No, but I still say Billiard.
With the benefit of hindsight, you still have gone for him?
Definitely, because
even in hindsight.
A lot something different. Like now, you get something different from him in terms of.
There we go.
In terms of playing the ball on the floor because you can predict Chiefs if Castro and Nokovic is there, the balls are still gonna go higher to them there, and which it can be easier for Pirate defenders to defend in terms of just stepping back for them to flick and take because they're gonna be tired that time. But you have someone like Billiard who can run behind defenders. I just feel. It cannot. Maybe it's not on form now, but you have that personality when it comes. It can change game.
Well, listen. Maybe the coach knows best. It's an opportunity to give him in a less pressured situation, a run out. But I think, like the coach says, he takes that chance. He contributes to the cause. Something comes from it. It helps his confidence more than what he's done now. Because if he goes home and he watches what he's contributed, is he going to be better off mentally for the next game?
It's left for the team now to be to rally behind him because that's the most important thing. As the coach put him on, you need to stand behind him and tell him, don't worry, keep going. We know that this is short from you now, but we expect you to do more and keep working on that. And one day, maybe as the league goes on, he can be the decider. Maybe against Sundance, he's waiting for Sundance game.
Maybe he's waiting for that. It's looking now like Muleko is trying to get that second yellow going the way of Mango. I don't know if the referee is going to go through with it, but because he gets a red card, then you have your top striker out of the mix. But let's see. Ernst Middendorp is saying you gave them 6 minutes to get back in the game. Give him a card. Is it gonna happen?
But I'm very much impressed about Middendorp.
He's proving everyone wrong, Trevor.
Absolutely.
This season, I think he's shut up a lot of people.
Yes.
Even his own supporters. Because as much as you are winning, the Kaizer Chiefs fans
have been on his back. Have been on his back.
And today he just proved everybody wrong. With Akpe.
But maybe what it does is it just shows how, when you look at the Pep Guardiolas, the Jurgen Klopps, to get a team to play entertaining football and win is a big thing. He's saying, listen, let's just win these games, get 3 points. And he's done it. Ladies and gentlemen, Kaizer Chiefs still stay top of the table as far as the Absa Premiership is concerned. But it's definitely through the efforts of none other than Daniel Akpe. He literally, BMT, took the game by the scruff of its neck and has won it. So there we go. Christopher Bongo chiming in, the best decision maker of the week, the leadership quality of the week. Ernst Middendorp didn't curb under pressure, and his decision was the difference today. I'm sorry, I tend to agree. I looked at Tumelen Kune. I think this would have been maybe a big occasion for him. Do you think he would have made all those saves?
I don't think so.
Let's think about form. Let's think about game, regularity and playing. Are those saves that a keeper can make if he's not been in the mix all season?
It might make some big saves, but the other thing it can add to the game in terms of contribution and distribution. So right now, because the way Pirates were playing, he can add value in terms of picking my billiards. Right. And Nokovic.
You really have gone out on a limb for Billiard today. You really have. And that is incredible.
So that's his contribution he can make. But at the same time, you need to save the balls first before you make that contribution. So it's the right decision for him to be.
There we go.
Kune 5 saves. And which kind of saves were they?
Top class.
Top class saves. A league double done over Orlando Pirates. Opportunity, like we said, to do it against Mamelodi Sundowns is also going to come their way. And then they have to start from scratch against the Bidvest Wits team that they haven't met yet this season. So a lot to do as far as acquiring that title is concerned for Kaizer Chiefs. But they do have in them a goalkeeper who's shown that he's championship material. Today he's done it. And I guess in a squad, they've shown they have multiple goal scorers. Nukovic and Castro were... They had to take one for the team essentially today and play in those positions to kind of force the gap in the middle. Manyama has capitalized. Tactics at the end of the day.
Spot on, we expect them, all we expect from set piece for Chiefs to score, but I mean, they surprised all of us in scoring the open play, and they did that very well. The chance, I think, is the first shot on target in the first half, if you're not mistaken, and it was the right one, and it went to the right player, hitting in his laces and to the top corner there. Sunderland, you can't fault him in that because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of bodies in front of him.
So might not what about Akpe? The save that he made.
Sometimes you, as a goalkeeper, you're lucky to make some saves, but I mean, it can be the one that the shoot at you. It can be a difficult one, and it can go in,
And it's the one that's unsighted that you see.
And we should not forget, Sunderland did the same thing against Black Leopard, winning the game for Pirates. The one that got 3 points in Toyando there. So it's a derby, which I mean, Akpe now is back on the good books of Kaizer Chiefs supporters now. So
just for one game, for one mistake, we have to forget about everything.
Because of what Kune,
he's come a long way.
Because of what Kune have done for the team. I mean, what Kune have contributed for Kaizer Chiefs. He has done a lot. He has done a lot. You can never throw that away, no matter who.
And consistently.
For sure, but there was always going to have to be a changing of the guard. With his age, with the injury proneness.
Yeah, and you see, the supporters will not forget easily what Kune have done. So you have to come gradually. You have to make some mistake. You have to redeem yourself, which Akpe have done.
It's not because Akpe is a foreigner?
No, not because of that. Football is one language.
Jeff Katala, I think that is somewhat in the mix. I think you're being honest. I'm a South African. I'm the only South African here, and I will admit that I think that has a part to play in it.
No. For me, I don't think so. I think what Kune have contributed for the team, for Kaizer Chiefs, could have won goalkeeper of the season. He has, won the league definitely. For this season, he need to be in that
discussion.
No, because I'm coming back to that, because that mistake that Akpe made, cost him. The fans tend to forget everything that he has achieved. And that's why I'm saying, because he's a foreigner?
I think that probably has to play. You know what? If we're calling a spade, and we're being honest.
For me, just looking in the football environment, I don't feel so. Every coach wants the player that can do well for him. Every coach, as we see with Middendorp, he stand by his decision and give him the opportunity. He said that on the onset. Kune is coming back from injury. He's going to play the cup games. Akpe is going to play the league. Now the cup game is out, so they both. But it's good to have this headache. But you see, you don't talk about Pirates in terms of goalkeeping side. It's good to have this headache in one team. Coach, I believe you want to have this headache.
Are you saying then that Itumele and Kune brought out that performance from Akpe?
Definitely. Because if as a goalkeeper, you look at your bench and say, okay, if I make a mistake here, if I lose, that guy is waiting, and if he goes in,
I'm not coming back.
To come back, you know the way. So I think Kune,
So Ernst Middendorp,
in
terms of his genius, has found a way to use Kune as a catalyst for good performances out of a club.
But also at the same time, guys, as a coach, there's one thing you must do. Have your first choice goalkeeper. Now, he at the moment is Akpe's his first choice. But deep inside, he's like, okay, I'm just saying, Kaizer Chiefs won the league, right? Season is finished. Next season is coming. Kune is fit, Akpe is fit. Who is gonna play?
Starts with Akpe.
It's because he's continuing.
You start with the guy who won you the title.
I will not forget.
That's a headache. Because now, are you saying Akpe is now number one and this one is now number 2.
He won you the title.
If you win the league,
exactly. If Chiefs don't win the league, then it's very easy to say, Akpe out.
And the other thing, there's two points I need to make here. That, the clean sheet now pays about 9, if I'm not 8 or 9. In the midst there, and don't forget Kaizer Chiefs there, and they have FIFA, appeal to make.
Yes, in terms of
so you need to make a big competition in terms of the goalkeeping wise, and goalkeepers. They win you the league, you know. You understand? So there's still a long way to go. He needs to keep on consistency in terms of his performance. You cannot perform one game and leave, the other games.
Don't forget the game Kaizer Chiefs versus Sundowns.
Yeah. That game. I mean,
we all hope
it's a big match because on the 17th it's Sundowns hosting Pirates. Then the following day it's Chiefs against Wits. I mean, both teams in Chiefs and Pirates will play Amazulu and Golden Arrows in between those matches. But as far as March is concerned, we're about to find out where this title is going to end up.
Absolutely.
And I guess, this is the best way to end February for Chiefs. And I guess Joseph Zimbabwe now coming crashing back down to earth. His first, big defeat. And there it is.
And the derby, there's a lot of grumbles, a lot of, why this, why that, why this doesn't play, why this doesn't. But you can easily, take him away from this game because where he's coming from and the games they have played. They have played a lot of good, entertaining games. Defensive, as coach alluded to in the first half, they're more structure wise. They play. Germans, they have that, organization. Attacking wise today, we didn't work for them because I think Chiefs got the defensive organization very right. Yes. Mango is the best man for Kaizer Chiefs in terms of attacking wise. He's their best weapon, and you play him on the line. You see what they did. They allow him to go on the line. There's no way he can cross with his left foot. He can cross, but not the perfect one. But if you allow him to come inside and shoot and hit the target, 1 out of 2. It might score, So I just feel like today Kaizer Chiefs defend not only Akpeyi, you have Kaduso, you have Motoho, you have Moloke, you have Frostler. Kasende too, he was important before he went out, and I think he
stabilized that.
The whole team, the whole team deserves credit.
I think Pizzo said something. If I can say what he said. Let's see who is the best German. Today we saw the best German.
No, I will say that because this one is a veteran.
I was about to say it's about exposure.
He's a rookie. And this is his first derby.
Of course, 1-0 now. Lost in the derby, and Ernst Middendorf still unbeaten as far as his record is concerned. And what a good time for him to keep that record intact as he looks to lead Kaizer Chiefs to a league title. But there's so much football still to be played. Only 8 rounds left for Kaizer Chiefs. For London Pirates, but 9 left for Chiefs. So 9 big games. And as we've said there, 3 of those are made up of twice against Bidvest, once against Mamelodi Sundowns, who they've already beaten this campaign. So it's a big tall order, but I think it sets us up for what would be a photo finish. Especially we'll see what's happening with the other teams in action. Just a quick recap. Maybe Greg Itafia can let us know how Highlands Park are playing. How's that going?
1-1.
Drew 1-1.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay.
Get the point away.
A point away. Yeah. And then in a week where the likes of Peter Shalulile and everybody was saying, we know how Kaizer Chiefs play. Look out for those long balls. Yeah. They shut us up. They did things a little differently today, and it worked. Yeah. Just showing how smart Ernst Middendorp is to have used his 2 biggest weapons in Castro and in Nukovic to instead remove the defensive Pirates from being a factor. Manyama scores a solitary goal in the end. Matoho all smiles as his team keeps a clean sheet and are now sitting pretty at the top of the table. They can relax for the rest of the weekend.
Absolutely.
There we go. That's a nice summation of it. I'd like to say thank you to my panel, Mr. Jeff Katala, Ian Garoa, Greg Atafia. Thank you so much for your expertise. Bongo Man via the Twitter sphere. Thank you for your contributions, and to everybody else who's been watching. It's ended with Kaizer Chiefs winning 1-0 against the London Pirates. We'll join you again when we do another derby or another big game that might have an impact as to where the title ends up at the end of the 2019-2020 season. For myself, Gamzan Bata, and the team behind the scenes, and everyone here, have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph.
Sure.
That was nice.
Cool. Yeah.